Hey y'all, welcome back to the Smoke Dungeon. DB here. Today we're talking Oldhammer Dwarfs again, because I'm still going through my dwarf box, y'all, and it just keeps vomiting treasures from a past and forgotten age upon me. So check it out. Right here, we're coming at you with machines of destruction. The Gob-lobber. That's right, y'all. Dwarven catapult hurling goblins at people. This was, I believe it's sculpted by one of the Perrys, who you'll see with the dwarves. These dwarves, I love these old dwarves, man. These old dwarves are where it's at. But I believe this was one of the Perrys, and it was, I probably should have looked this up on the internet before I started this video, y'all. Hot damn. But I bought this in, I think, 91 or 90. So, yeah, it's, what, like 30 years old? And you can see I painted it with the finest Testors paints available at the time, all throughout the land. And there's actually a few old Citadel paints on here, and we'll go over all that. But what this was a box set akin to the Regiments of Renown. And I bought this way back in the day. This was, I believe, the second purchase I made for the Dwarf Army. Or actually, technically, it's the first. Because I bought this and Prince Uther's Imperial Dwarfs at the same time, y'all. And when my dad, that's right, took me up to North Jersey to a place called the Game Room with me and my buddies. Because it was the only place within the, well, I don't know if it was the only place, but it was one of the few places in Jersey at the time that sold GW stuff. So yeah, let's check it out. This here was a catapult, a 5-man catapult, which is odd because outside of the Warhammer Armies book for 3rd edition, I do not believe that available to the Dwarf Army was a 5-man stone thrower. So I think the only way you could really get one was if you used the rules on the box for this. Because, like, all the regiments around and Machines of Destruction, they had special rules on the box. And one of the special rules for this thing was it could shoot goblins, yo. Tied up goblins, which would then cause panic. I believe it was panic. Again, I probably should have pulled up the graphic of the box and then bullshitted to y'all about that. But that's not the way DB works, and you probably know that if you've watched this channel. So, yeah, it would shoot goblins, which would cause panic, and you would hopefully rout goblins. And they have a shitty leadership anyway, right? So, yeah. But check this out, dude. So this, look at that beautiful brown Testorsness. Look at the dust on this. There's some dust on this bear, right? And some glue. You'll see through the years it's fallen apart when we was playing multiple times. So I threw mad glue on it, apparently, at one point in time. Check it out. Like almost Norse Viking heads on here, which is pretty cool sculpt. The goblin, classic Perry goblins. Almost a little bit Mike McVeigh-ish Perry's. I dig it. The fact that there's a hand on there, I love that. Double skulls. You see, I really went to work on here. 30 years ago, I painted the tongue, right? Got the chains, or are they ropes? They look like ropes, but I thought they were chains. Who the hell knows? You'll also notice by all this silver showing through that when I was a kid, I never primed this. So that's pretty great, right? Such a great painter was DB as a lad. And then this is the arm of the stone thrower. I took it off to show you this part, which is super cool. The fact that it has hands holding it on there. Check that out. Even got fingernails on there. Super cool. Super cool. That's the part where it rests. And then in here, it's a face. You see that? Check that out. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Little details like that are just awesome. And when you're a kid, like I was, when you're buying this stuff, that's the stuff that like blows your mind. But let's take a look at some of the crew here. This was Snorri. He was, I believe, one of the leaders of the crew. There was like a hero. One of these dudes, I think, was a hero. You'll notice I didn't even paint the chainmail. We just left that gray. Same with the helmet. He's got a dope dagger in there. He's got a hammer. He's pretty much telling him like, "Oi, boyo, you do that over there." I don't know why I just made him sound like a orc, but I did. Cockney orc. This dude, I thought this dude was so dope back in the day. Look at this. There's like pieces of flash on his shoes still. Hot damn. I just took that off after 30-some years, right? There's no time like the present. But I used to think this dude was so hot and that I painted him so good because he had this orange quilted jacket. It's crazy. But you know what's even funnier is like I still love painting shit orange, which is nuts. I have a whole Adeptus Titanicus army that is painted this color orange. Maybe I'll show you guys that one day. Yeah. And what's this guy's name? I can't even read that. Grubby. That can't be it. Who knows? The light in the dungeon is no good. Yeah, he's got a big mallet. I always pictured this as like the guy who would like knock the pin out that would cause the rope to shoot. Maybe that's what he was supposed to do. I don't know. This model I always thought was very cool. And he's the dude loading the rock in. Because if you didn't want to shoot goblins, you could shoot regular rocks. And that's often what I did. Because even the goblin thing didn't do much damage. And my buddy and brother's armies who used orcs, they always had crazy magic shit in them that was like, oh yeah, reroll all your panic tests, or your dudes are immune to panic, or like crap like that. So I was like, fuck it, we're shooting rocks. And this dude has a very Lord of the Rings-y kind of vibe to it with the Prairie Dwarves, and I dig it. And you can see as far as painting, when I was like 12 or 13 or whenever I had this guy, was pretty much like, yeah, let's paint the belt and the shoes and the beard and the skin. Pretty much it. Kind of rubbish. This dude is the guy who's like pushing it back. It's pretty cool. I like this model. Yeah, right? Let's see if he has a name. Does he have a name? All these dudes have names, but I can't read them, man. My eyes are shit. Don't get old, people. Getting old sucks. I was blind when I was a kid, and now I'm even worse. He's got that nice Santa-looking beard right there, right? The face in there. Look at all the flash I left on his hands, for Christ's sake. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. But these dudes have served in every single dwarf army I've ever made has had these dudes in it. And this dude, I think, was the guy I used as the hero. Because, like, check him out. He's got some Citadel paints on him. You know how I know why? Because look at that purple hat. That jaunty hat. And then this is old school, what was it called? Snotling green for my Gobbo in there. Yeah, Gobbo's got a big piece of flash right above his eye. Solid. Way you didn't clean any miniatures at all, DB. He's got a tobacco pouch, dude. He's smoking that Hobbit. That Hobbit weeds. No wonder I like this dude, right? Dig him. Wonder if they'd make a dude like that anymore. Smoking. Probably, I guess. But yeah, I was proud of this dude because I was like, yo, I painted the ropes on this guy. It was crazy. Now, one thing about this here Gob-lobber is that it also came with a goblin like this in a net that you could put in here. And I have that somewhere. I just couldn't find it. I'm pretty sure he's in my bits box. And if I showed y'all my bits box, you'd probably shit yourself. Because it's like 15 pounds of random shit that's all taken off. And you know what else is in the bits box? The dwarf chef that came with this. My guy Cookie. But I did keep this with it all the time. Check it out. Roasting pig. Roasting pig. And I was so proud of this back in the day too, because I was like, my fire is so good. Look at that. And I was like, I even like left burn marks on the pig where it was roasting on one side closer to the fire. And I thought that was so hot shit, which is crazy. But this roasting pig was always part of my baggage train, y'all, because baggage trains were important in 3rd edition. So all my true heads know. Part of every dwarf baggage train should have this model in it. So yeah. And my chef dwarf, wherever he is, he's around somewhere. I'll probably reveal him at a later date when I dig through looking for like ancient chaos space marine right boots or something. I'll end up finding him because that's the way it works down here in the dungeon. But yeah, I just wanted to share this Gob-lobber that I've had for, you know, since I started hobbying as a kid. Well, not hobbying as because I built model ships and everything before Warhammer. But since I started Warhammer some 30 odd years ago. So yeah, Gob-lobber, y'all. Pretty cool. Old school dwarfs. Dig 'em. I got more, yo. I know it's nuts, right? I got more. Remember, be good to one another. Do what you feel.